Hey everybody, welcome back. Got game number 3 here for you today from the Starcraft World.it King of the Hill show match series for the month of May. I think it's the week of, I don't know, something. Third week of the month of May. 2011. Grubby versus Darkforce. Darkforce, of course, spawning over here in the 2 o'clock position. Grubby in the 12. And we are going to be watching the map playing, or map Scrap Station. Good times. Alright guys, so check this out. I've got something really exciting to tell you. You ready for it? You ready? Drum roll. Alright, yeah, whatever. In celebration of insert awesome event here, haven't quite gotten that far yet, I'm going to be doing a interview with Robert Clotworthy. Now, if for those of you who don't know who that man is, excuse me, he is the voice of Jim Raynor, one of the central characters in the Starcraft storyline. So if you have not picked up a copy and played the single player, or if you have a copy and you just haven't bothered with that big old single player button in the top left, you should go check that out. The man is a very talented actor, does a lot of other things other than Starcraft, and I'm just super stoked that I'm going to be able to interview this guy on Skype. So here's the plan. Not in this video, but in a video in about a day or two, I'm going to be asking for your questions. What would you like to ask the voice of Jim Raynor? Don't leave a comment here, okay? Just I'm telling you this because I want you to be thinking. Think of a really good question. And I'm actually going to take several of these questions because I'm fairly sure it's going to be a long interview. So I'm going to have plenty of time. So I'm going to want several questions from you guys that maybe you just have always wanted to talk to Jim Raynor rather, or maybe you've always wanted to talk to the man behind Jim Raynor. I don't know, but I'll leave it up to you. Leave your comments on the next video that I post. We're asking for them. Just be thinking for now. All right. We got that settled. Back in your head now. Let's look at the game here. We got Darkforce going the same build as previously. Going ahead with that kind of conservative opener, getting the spawning pool with the metabolic boost upgrade, and then possibly coming down here for the expansion. Looks like he actually just gave an order to go down there. And I believe it's for the Zerglings and the drone, which might actually be headed down there as well. Yeah, it looks like that is indeed going to be the expansion drone. Probe heading out, realizing it's about time to go back and party over in the Protoss base. Of course, down here at Grubby's house, we've got Warp Gate technology on the way. Zealots on the way as well. Going to be blocking off that nicely placed little hole there. And of course, this Overlord trying to run, going, oh my god, I gotta get out of here. Stalker or Sentry is going to be coming any second. It looks like in this case it is going to be a Stalker. Now, as far as this map goes with strategy, air. Can't tell you how many times I've played this map, and I found it so very helpful. Oh, yep, sure enough, Grubby gonna go ahead and throw down that Stargate. Anyways, yes, Void Ray harassment. If you're Terran, get a Banshee. It's such a short rush distance when you look at air between these two players' bases that, I mean, you might as well. You can certainly do some economic damage. We see Darkforce actually pumping out the Queens here. He's got 2 of them. One of them heading down to the base. You see dropping off the creep tumor there. That's pretty much standard for the outgoing queen. Drop off one little final victory tumor. I don't even know what you'd call that, but whatever it is, definitely dropping it there. And heading down to the expansion, which is just completed just a second ago. Roach Warren going down. Going to be getting some of those here pretty soon. Looking at the economy, you can see it's a little tiny bit better for the Zerg, only because the Protoss player, A, down 2 workers, B, working on double gas. Of course, he's going to need that double gas to fund things like Stalker, Sentry, and, oh, a Void Ray. I think that's going to actually be pretty darn effective here. But, you know, there's always the Queen. There's one Queen here. One here as well. Of course, it'd be a lot easier if he were to just go maybe build 2 here. But, you know, he could, let's see. Does he actually, yeah, he's got an evolution chamber. And has he spotted the Void Ray? Well, now he has. Yeah, I guess that's a little bit late for a spoiler comment for the Void Ray on Grubby's part. But he is going to be able to come in here and actually, look at that. He's almost supply blocked the Zerg. So very nice start to that. Of course, Darkforce keeping these two queens together. Very, very smart move. He is making a third one right now, as well as a Spore Crawler. I believe that's actually in the main here. And the Void Ray is going to come in here, do a little bit of damage to the drones, but it's not charged up, so it definitely could be doing more damage. Running around like that, it's not going to be able to get a charge. Oh, that was crazy camera movement. It's not going to be able to get a really good charge, but you see now that there's 3 queens, it's going to be a little bit harder to deal with it. And, oh, man. He was able to get 3 kills. Those were drones, so 150 minerals there. That's pretty good. 150 minerals plus the minerals that those drones would have actually acquired for the Zerg player. And you see that the Zerg player is also going ahead with a Hydralisk in. So he probably would have gotten some Roaches first, but instead getting those, going to be probably getting some Hydras here soon to deal with this pesky, pesky Void Ray. And if you look over here, Grubby, he just dropped a robotics facility. He may actually try to take advantage of the fact that Darkforce is going to be going Hydras first, and probably heavy Hydra, at least right off the start, in order to deal again with this pesky Void Rays. Hydras are also very effective at anything that comes out of the gateway. They can pop off Stalkers without too much difficulty, Sentries as long as the force fields don't push them too far back, Zealots as well. They're just all around pretty good units. Problem is, very slow. Of course, taking out these rocks right here, which you see Darkforce is actually in the process of doing, will allow him to spread the creep down this pathway and have almost immediate access to the base. So getting those Hydras to and from, not a problem. Grubby, of course, is going to be using this robotics facility to his most potential. Hopefully, getting some Colossi here now that he hopefully knows those Hydras are going to be on the way. Actually, has he even spotted that? No, yeah, okay, he spotted that, so he knows what's going on. He knows Hydras are on the way, and we don't even actually see any Roaches right now. Just a whole bunch of Zerglings, a few Hydras, a few more popped out right there, and of course the range upgrade is on the way as well. Robotics Bay now going down, creep continuing to spread out, and it looks like he's actually going to try to, maybe try to push it, I don't know. This Void Ray is still running around, it's got 8 kills, oh no! Going to be taking so much damage right there, will it live? Oh yes, 47 hit points. But now, you can bet your bushels that Grubby is on the lookout for Hydraling, running around here in the middle of the map. I'm sure he is going to be anticipating an attack here soon, as the Hydras are running way over here. Now, you really don't want to be running Hydras this far off the creep unless you're really dedicated to putting them to good use, and that's exactly what Darkforce is going to be doing here, taking out a structure that he knows will A, create a choke point, and B, not be something that Grubby can really defend, because if he wants to defend it, he's going to have to run through that choke point, which he is trying to get rid of, and it's just not going to work out for him well there. Yep, pylon going down as well. No upgrades just yet for either player, but there the force field's going down again. Cannon still in range. Oh, one of them caught up there. And you see a Colossus is on the way. He won't have the range upgrade. The Hydras will. You can see range of 6, so they'll be able to actually hit the Colossi once they're on the field. But uh-oh, looks like the Circlings are actually able to come in here and actually do a lot of damage. Took out the Sentries right there. All that's left, we got a couple Stalkers, 1 Void Ray, and 1 Colossus, which is going to get focused down. Oh, will it live? Oh, so very close. He is really trying to micro this thing super well, but unfortunately, he's running out of units to take the damage for the Colossus, and the Hydras take it down. And of course, immediately after this one takes it down, he does, but that's okay. So the Hydras are going to have to continue to establish themselves up here. A few more are on the way. Yep, 2 more of them just kind of hanging out right here. And you see a steady stream are in the process of transferring over to this part of the map as well. But Darkforce, he's taken out the robotics facility. So no more Colossi. And of course this expansion is not looking too hot either. He is trying to get a good surround on the Hydras, but unfortunately, probes versus Hydras. Yeah, I don't really think it's a balance issue per se. I just really don't think the probes can kill the Hydras. They can get a couple of them, but I mean, really. Probes, they can only do so much. Of course, these Zealots, or these Stalkers and Zealot on the other hand, they can do a little bit more, but oh, getting sandwiched right here. You can see even the probes coming in and trying to do a little more damage. There's the GG, giving Darkforce game at number 3. So, very fun stuff indeed, folks. Let's go on to game number 4. See if we're going to have it have a conclusion, or go on to game number 5. I don't know. Turtles.